On this episode of Dice and Dudes, the second body is discovered.
It was found in a dumpster behind an abandoned auto shop.
Was the dumpster on fire? Then we could send it.
The team regroups at breakfast.
The one issue I have with your plan is I think this time you need to put the bacon into the waffle batter.
There you
I
go.
like the way you think. I like the cut of your jib, fella.
And Griggs has an idea.
Greg's is like, light bulb.
Light bulb. I know how to get IDs.
me have idea.
I have idea. Cousins, bad men, they make IDs. Mine.
The operation starts now.
We no longer cleave to any government agency. We now operate privately on our own project.
He said that there's this place down south where all these rich men go to devil worship. He said they sacrifice kids and whatnot. Women and children all got murdered there. And something about some place called Carcosa and the Yellow King.
Start this recording. All right. Notes from last game. You guys found Golden Circle cigarettes, the brand, in the car where Frankie's body was found. You guys took the plates. I believe with the plan of seeing who was the owner of the car and trace them back. You guys also you guys haven't been to the apartment yet. You have not contacted the local PD or spoken to the father. Georgie, Frankie's sister, told you about a guy named Peyton, vaguely, but Frankie seemed to be angling to get something out of them. Also, Taylor seems to think Frankie's boss, Kipling, is dirty. And Georgie told you that Kipling creeped Frankie out. And, of course, you guys remember Frankie worked at the Ugly Jackalope Brewing Co., which was co-owned by Hunter Cannon, a famous wrestler who was, kind of like a big show type. A guy who was never the star, but always was in some good matches and could work.
Won't someone think of Big Show?
Outside of that, you guys, we ended with you guys going in for the continental breakfast, and seeing on the news that another body was found.
Yeah. Shortly after we were kicked out of the brewery.
Fuck.
You guys were asked to leave.
Yeah.
All right. Is it? You said okay. You said so. It's next day after we did all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you guys got
We're going to
the.
get.
So you guys got the license plate. You can follow up on that. You can contact the dad. You can go check out this new body. But as of now, you guys are just posing as friends of the deceased, of Frankie Campbell. No official capacity just yet. You guys also haven't been to Frankie's apartment yet. So you got a few leads you can go with.
I'd say we go to the apartment first after we.
Yeah, that
smash
works
these-
for me.
Look,
Yeah,
boys,
do we
look,
know-
guys. I'm making 2 waffles. They actually have hash browns here, and it's unlimited bacon. So I'm gonna make me a little slammer real quick. I'm a big boy, as y'all can see. And then I say we hit that apartment and see if we can find any anything that can make me maybe get in with Frankie's sister.
There we go.
And about the
sounds
body.
good.
And about the body. And about the body.
Yeah,
Do we
and
know what we heard about the second murder? Like, do we know who it is?
not yet.
They-
All they report on the
they didn't
news
say name?
is that a new body was found. It was found in a dumpster. Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
Okay.
it was found in a dumpster behind an abandoned auto shop.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe today, while we still have the light, at some point we should probably link up with PD. But that also means we need to either establish, identities or have Fields lead the way.
Mm,
One of the two.
Mm.
yeah, it
Hold on,
depends.
Dad, hold on. What's everybody's background?
I work for FEMA.
I work for the FBI. Just one thing, I am getting investigated right now.
Yeah, technically
So-
he's on leave right now. Yeah, so there's that. And yeah, Kale works for FEMA. He is a like fire expert kind of guy. After doing some, it was wildlife firefighting for a while. And you, of course, are a
Alright.
contractor. So
Yeah. And this new body was found. You said behind a what? Next to a dumpster.
it was found in a dumpster behind an abandoned auto shop.
Was the dumpster on fire? Then we could send in.
No.
Is this auto shop? Is it like in a rural area? Is there woods around it or anything like that?
You'd have to look further into it. You were just told that from the brief report. It wouldn't take much if you guys want to do that. But yeah.
I was gonna say it's on the TV, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. So what's the TV saying?
The TV is what you can see from the TV is a reporter saying a body was found earlier this morning by guys emptying the dumpster. It seems to be in a definitely not a rural area. You can see other shops around it. And there's like a shot of like the building with like a for rent sign in it. And of course like no trespassing sign, and there's like caution tape all around it and police officers standing around.
All right. Okay. I pointed everybody with a mouthful of waffles and a fork with waffles on it. I go, hey, look, we gotta check out this apartment, right? I get another waffle before we go, and then we check out this apartment, and then I say I'm a contractor, right? I say we go by, we check out this new scene. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. I'm gonna let these guys know I'm working on this building. I'm working with the guy who owns it to renovate it, try to get it sold. We'll try to get back there, at least into the building, maybe a new perspective from of the crime scene. Try to get something figured out.
Sounds
Well, y'all
good.
Sure.
You guys can definitely see. You can definitely see an attendant talking to the manager because this gentleman keeps eating all the bacon. It is unlimited bacon, but there's a reasonable limit here.
Why are you guys eating, guys?
Yeah.
Like I know I got a lot of bacon, but you guys can eat bacon too, guys. Like, what's up?
Now, the one issue I have with your plan is I think this time you need to put the bacon into the waffle batter.
There you
I
go.
like the way you think. I like the cut of your jib, fella.
That's a protein waffle, dude.
I'm
What's
just
your
taking
name?
the
What's your name?
small cereal boxes and putting them into my jacket.
What's your name again, son? Kale.
Griggs.
Griggs. I fucking love you, Griggs.
All right. So what's the plan, gents? Where are we going? You can also touch base with Happy if you want your handler.
Oh yeah. Could we call him and ask him if he heard anything about the crime? The new crime?
So he's probably staying in the same hotel you guys are. He's still kind of on site. Remember, he visited Tombstone. Enjoyed it quite a lot. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He got
bring
his
him some
picture
cereal.
taken.
So yeah,
with all the gunfighters.
Yeah, a bunch of the dead cowboys. This is like thumbs up. He has one of those old fashioned photos taken, and he's pretty excited about that. So yeah, you guys eat breakfast and then you go upstairs. You actually go to Hap's room. He lets you in. In typical fashion, he is already wearing like slacks. Wearing his belt, no shoes, and a white T-shirt. Has coffee going in a little coffee pot in the room. Yeah, you guys tell him about the murder. He says he's already trying to put some back end feelers to see what's going on, and we'll touch back when he knows something. Is there anything else you guys want to fill him in on?
Hey, what was that asshole's name?
Kipling.
Hey, do you know anything about this asshole Kipling? What's up with this guy? He's a real dick. I'm thinking about fucking him up.
Okay, so you say the co-owner of Jackalope Brewing Co. He goes, I can put in some back-end feelers, but honestly, like, anything that I can do, I'm sure Fields here can do as well on that end for him. But I'll see if I can doll up anything.
Yeah, because one of our leads says he's a... Yeah, I want to make sure. I just want to get this guy. I just don't like this guy, and if I can have a reason to fuck him up, even better.
Okay, understandable. We'll see if we can find any information to point you in that direction.
Thanks,
Well, yeah, we do have word that Frankie was creeped out by him, so
that's what I'm saying. She said she.
Yeah, we do have an excuse. I don't know about that part, but
it's called constructing a narrative. All right.
Exactly. I'm building the case in my head to make sure
it's called a justification. You know,
true.
He's trying to golf with Tonkin.
Frankie is nice. She's a nice lady.
Nice lady.
He's trying to WMD his way.
Yeah, he's trying to. I heard there's WMDs. We need a.
Whatever we gotta do to win this war.
All right. Anything else you guys want to run by him?
Does Hap have any like IDs on him?
IDs
like
on
fake
him?
IDs? Yeah.
That would have to be a roll. Yeah, that would be like that would take. So, give me idea rolls real quick, everybody. So that would be intelligence.
Okay. What's my intelligence?
Griggs's best skill. Oh, he got an 8.
Nice.
It's only a 50. God damn it! Hold on.
I got a 27, so I'm good.
Griggs is like light bulb.
Light bulb. I know how to get IDs.
me have idea.
I have idea. Cousins, bad men, they make IDs. My idea. All right.
I failed. I got a 57.
Okay. So, Foley, you kind of draw a blank. But the rest of you, yeah, you can totally easily talk to Hap, see if he can hook something up. That would have to be a roll on his end. On your guys' end, you guys could do some poking around. There's also green boxes. You could ask for go see a green box, see if you can find anything useful there.
Yeah, we'd find some badges inhabited by demons from the seventh circle of hell or something.
Speaking of badges, Hap, did you return the badge I stole when I was 7 years old?
I did, yes. That mission's
great.
I'm a goddamn professional.
God damn it.
Fields can finally sleep.
Yes, mate.
Your conscience is clear.
That said, you guys, it wouldn't be hard to do like you guys do have an FBI badge with Fields. The trick is there, if they want to look into it at all, it's going to really blow back hard on you, Fields, where it's just like, hey, why was someone with your badge number in Sierra Vista, New Mexico? Or Arizona, I'm sorry.
They guessed it. They guessed right now.
They just figured it out. You could also probably do some poking around, maybe the less desirable areas. You probably wouldn't be able to get federal badges, but you could scrounge you up a detective badge or something, state badge. It wouldn't be that tough.
Maybe we should let Hap try and get us some badges while we go investigate the apartment.
You guys want to do that?
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys...
I don't know how I keep glossing over this, but I always forget that there is a disguise skill.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want to make a character that's just maxed out in disguise. He just shows up to every mission dressed like a janitor.
So that's literally one of the pre-gens I made. I think his name is Clark, and the idea behind him is he was like a vice cop out of Miami who got really hooked on cocaine and eventually got drummed out of the PD and is now somewhat sober. But he's the guy who's like, he's really good at investigating. He's really good at blending in. He can talk. You can talk your shoes off. But if any sort of violence happens, he's useless. So
Gene Parmesan, how you doing?
So it'd be him. No. Yeah. He could literally, this over the top. He dresses like a 50s detective in modern day. Hey, son.
Man, I need to make a disguise
30.
character next time.
Well, again, I'm not pulling punches anymore, so death will probably happen at some point for someone here.
Okay.
And so far, the guy who usually takes the risk is not here, so it's going to probably be one of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Hammer.
Good old Captain Hammer, dude. All right, so yeah, Hap's going to see if he can drum something up for you guys, and you guys head over to Frankie's apartment. So her apartment is not too far from the center of town. It's a nice little apartment complex, Spanish-style building, green and brown, nice but not overly so. You do see a cop on site parked near her building. It's a young dude on his phone, clearly just there to make sure no one comes and tampers with the apartment. You guys know that the apartment is on the second story of the building. It's a walk up, so Lily, there's a staircase outside on the second story that you would have to walk up, clearly visible from the cop. What would you guys like to do?
Can you describe it one more time?
It is a apartment complex not far from city center, a Spanish-style building, green and brown, nice but not overly so. Her Pacific apartment is it's kind of in the center of the complex. It's on the second story of the building. So it's like 2-story buildings. It's a walk up, so there's like a staircase on the outside as you walk up to go to the door. And there is a cop car parked out front, kind of a young guy on his phone. Clearly meant to make sure no one is going in and out of her apartment. That's not authorized.
Okay. Shit.
We could run a classic distraction tactic, just like report a dog off its leash or some shit.
Oh yeah, let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna look through my skills.
Wait, yeah, who among us is good at talking? Either or any of us really are.
I'm good
No,
at
not really.
intimidation.
Intimidation.
You're also not a bad talker, I believe, either, Taylor.
Yeah, my persuade's at 60.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
yeah,
You're a
that's not bad at
contractor,
all.
dude. You know how to upsell people. Like, you want this
Right.
premium. You want the premium flooring. You know? Do you want
All right, you said the cop's on it. How old does this cop look?
mid-20s, you would guess?
All right, I'm gonna go. While Greg's, Matt, what's your character's name? I'm sorry.
Fields.
Fields. All right, Griggs and Fields. I'm gonna go chat that cop up. I'm gonna try to ask him about the situation with the apartment. I'm a contractor. I'm trying to. I know it sounds weird, but I follow obituaries and murders, and I try to come in and grab people's apartments and houses for a steal because most people don't like dealing with that stuff. I'm just trying to get a little bit of information on maybe when this is gonna get wrapped up, so I can get in here first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go talk to this cop.
Okay.
Y'all can get. I'll
Alright.
probably try to get him in there because he's a young kid. He probably doesn't even own his house yet. I can be like, look, dude, I can even get you. You can be first dip.
That's the deal. Get it on the ground floor.
Yeah, dude, you want
Yeah.
All right, so you walk over. Please give us a brief description of Foley, what he's wearing, and what he looks like, please.
I'm pretty much wearing the same thing I had the other day. I got a pair of blue jeans on, some boots, and I got my white T-shirt tucked in. But I got a nice painter's shirt.
Okay.
You know, one that only has like one hole. It's a small hole, and it's on the bottom left side. Can't really see it.
Yeah, the kind of hole where like you fell asleep with a cigarette going.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's from. And yeah, no, look rather presentable.
Okay.
Not too bad. Not like some hoity-toity like suited up dude, but not a poor guy.
I got you. All right, so how are you approaching this car? You walking up? You kind of like knocking on the window? You kind of waving at the guys? You're walking up? What are we doing?
I was gonna say, is he inside the car or outside the car?
He's in the car. He's like looking at his phone. It's like kind of like a breezy, but still kind of warm day in Arizona because it's like early fall.
Is there a sidewalk in front of his car?
No, he's kind of like he's reversed into a parking space and he's facing the apartment building you guys are trying to get into.
Okay. Well, I'm walking like I walk down the street, like up the apartment complex, sort of in front of him, and I sort of just wave until I catch his eye. And then what most cops do, they look pissed off, and then they
He looks a little confused at first.
Yeah, he's like, what? Wait, what?
Because he was definitely on his phone, so part of him was like, "Oh fuck, I might be in trouble," and then he realizes you're not his superior. So yeah, he's a young Hispanic guy. He gets out. He kind of goes, "Can I help you, sir?"
Hey, my name's I'm James Thompson. I'm a contractor.
Okay.
Just this I heard this news about the sad news about the girl who lived here. She passed,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it sounds weird, but like that's kind of what I do as a contractor. I search for people who have kind of just passed. I see if I can grab the place, renovate it possibly, depending if they died in there, and sell it up to the next person. Usually try to help people out, maybe young guys like yourself, people first hometown buyers, stuff like that. Is there anything you might like be able to tell me about when this case might be ending or anything? I don't need to know about her. I don't need to know about I'm not a gossip. I don't need to know how she was killed or where found or anything like that. Like
honestly, man, I they don't tell me. I was just told to guard the place. Look, if you were looking to do work on the place, the office is around the way. I would go talk to them. Like I said, I'm just
okay. Is it closed off right now?
Yeah.
For people to.
Yeah, it's an active case, so we're.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's still active. That's essentially what I mean. I just little thing. I've been doing it for a while. What was your name again? I reach out to shake his hand.
I'm Jorge, and he kind of like walks over.
Jorge. Nice man. Nice to meet you. How long you been out here, bro? You just sitting there watching houses.
All right, and we're gonna cut to what's the plan here, gents?
We should walk in with a ladder. Sylvester's holding a ladder.
I see you. I like the idea of both of you are holding like a 5-foot ladder together, like it's a bigger ladder. You're just like, we're just a couple of
ladders that like super unfolds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any criminology skill? Because I do not.
I've got 40 in criminology.
Okay, so I guess we can try to lockpick it, and if that doesn't work, well, I guess we could try to see if it's even open right now or not.
Yeah. Is it a digital lock? Or are we looking at like a...
No, this would be like a mid-range one. That'd be a higher-end thing. These are old-fashioned locks.
So yeah, if you can try and lockpick it, and if that fails, then I can just like find a fire extinguisher or something and try and bash it in.
All right, let's try that.
Okay. We're gonna see if
criminology.
So Taylor's distracting him enough he doesn't pay attention to the two guys walking by.
I got a 35. That's a pass.
Yeah. So you don't lockpick it necessarily. Like that's your thing. You're like you keep telling Griggs like, don't worry, I got the lock. And then it kind of bums you out as he uses your guy's hotel key to like he jams it into the door, and you see him like cursing and playing with it until he gets it, and you can tell he's also surprised he gets it, but he tries to sell it confidently, like, oh no, I told you I could get it. You know what I mean? He's like that.
I know what I'm doing.
He was walking up like, it's probably gonna be a digital lock. Oh, it's a physical lock. Okay, let me see. Think, Fields, think. So you guys get into Frankie Campbell's apartment. So the inside has white carpet, light brown walls. The apartment is neat but a little bare. As you come in, you got the kitchen counter on your right and the living room on your left. The kitchen counter is covered in a small pile of unpaid bills, and you see a couple like last notices and stuff. You You guys, and then in front of you there is a short little hallway with some those like piano doors, which I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Bifold doors. There we go. Found the name. I do this for a living, so I should know this. Yeah, that's where the laundry room is, and there's 2 doors on either side in the living room. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, we can search around the living room to begin with.
Can I? Is there a computer anywhere?
You have to search. You have to search the apartment. You have to look around.
All right, let's do a search.
Okay.
That is a fail.
Ooh, I got a 24 though. That's a pass.
Okay. So yeah. Griggs, you kind of check around the living room. Again, the living room is just like an old couch. There's a small TV. You kind of like look like because there's the glass sliding door leads out to a porch, and you can kind of see Foley still talking to the cop. So you kind of lean away from that. You see Fields go into the door on the right by the bifold door. So you go over and go in the door on the left. You go into a. Let me see. Let's see. They can. This is all stuff. All right. So in the spare bedroom, you find a makeshift studio. There's plastic sheeting covering the carpet, and there's an easel. And you find some art that she's painted. Same typical stuff you guys saw from before. So this kind of like. Somewhat, it looks like she's trying to be meaningful, but it's also just like a lot of like. Kind of like
a cheap imitation of Monet. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. You go, Fields. You go into the bedroom, and just on the bed is a laptop. It's not hidden away, so a search warrant wasn't needed. Getting into it will be the question.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, I'll probably start with the laptop and try and get into it.
Okay. Give me a computer science roll.
Wow, that's a fail. 82.
Okay. Not right now. So we would have to come back to it. Okay. It's not a hard lock, so we'll say on the drive back. So it's about getting back out of the apartment. Okay. We're gonna come back to Taylor. Taylor. So yeah, he's still trying to tell you like, hey, I can't let you know anything. But didn't you guys get in a conversation where he's like, I'm thinking about buying my uncle's house. You know, he's getting older. He's talking about moving to Florida. And he's talking about like a simple little Spanish style rancher outside of town. So you forget for a second you're on a mission. And you're like, oh yeah, no, you can do this. You immediately go into contractor sales pitch.
I'm
like,
immediately on the job.
Yeah, you're like, oh dude, you can
live here.
You can bring so much value to your house. I bet you if we tear out those carpets, there's gonna be hardwood under there. Hardwood. People love it now. You're talking about boom, right there, an additional 15,000 value to that house. As soon as it's hardwood floor instead of carpet, you're just doing that shit.
Plus, you said you're sitting on acre and a half. You said in the house. How many?
I'm telling you, that sounds like a killer starter home. All right.
Sounds like, dude, depending on how the land is set up, you could even build an Airbnb off the corner of the back end.
Yeah, there we go.
You could have something. You could have profits coming in, bro.
Oh, dude,
you could quit the force before you even
passive income. You're telling me I can do passive income?
Be your own boss.
I give him my actual contact information. I'm like, hey, dude, look.
No, you don't. The thing is, you kind of at this point you've made it where like you kind of like rotate it, like talking to him, moving, so you can see the apartment. He's looking at you. And then you see the guys come out, and you're like, "Hey, man, like, do you got a piece of paper? I'll write my number down for you." And so he starts going through his car, and the guys slip out.
Can I say I took a picture of the art on the wall?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me send the maps and handouts. Do some of our creepy art. All right, yeah, this was the one that was in the other room. So,
nice.
Shout out to AI art, dude. Make my job so much easier. So yeah, you guys managed to pull that off. So on the ride back, you're able to get the laptop open. Because what is your skill? Your skill's relatively high.
72. Yeah, 72.
So, and this isn't like, this is not a top secret agent laptop. This is a pretty lady who uses this for Facebook and stuff like that. On the laptop, you find some dating profiles and bank statements. What do you want to start with? There's also some emails.
Let's check the emails first.
So emails. So she's in the red. A lot of the emails are showing she's late on several bills. You can also find among the emails you find several she's had with like message of her clearly messaging dude she's dated, going, "Hey, you think you can lend me a little bit? This to help me get by." Along with that, you find some for someone named List, and then one girl named Gina Martinez. And one for a guy named Peyton. The messages between Peyton and List will seem to be mostly about getting together for dinner. You find one for List about a trip to Seattle, which she seemed to have gone on. There's a few payments you can see between the two of them. Basically, like a message like, "Hey, send it through," that kind of thing between her and List. Going further into the messages with List, you can also find feet pics and semi-lewd pictures that she's sent to List. Nothing too crazy, but yeah.
You heard it here, everybody. Joe List is in the feed.
No one said that. He's a fine, upstanding comedian.
Thanks, guys. Frankie, how much you want for those feet pics?
Hey.
Hey. Send those piggies my way.
Also on the laptop, you find several like screenshots of private messages between her and Kipling.
What's the character of those conversations?
So the messages are mostly basically him talking about like, "Hey, I know you have arrangements with some people. Maybe we can work something out." That kind of thing.
Okay. How about the banks?
There's
How about
several
the bank
about.
statements?
So yeah, all the bank statements are just showing she's broke.
Okay.
But yeah, the last one that stands out to you between her and Kipling is talk of him taking her to Vegas and how they can have fun together. So.
Told you I don't like this guy.
Like I said, so you got Peyton shows up again. You guys remember him from Georgie talking about him. Apparently that was another guy she was trying to angle get money out of. And this List guy, as well as some further evidence that Kipling is kind of a creep.
Hey, what do you say? I'd fly out to Vegas. I'd do
This is Kipling.
a weekend at the Laugh Factory. And
this is Kipling, not List. And his name. I can't tell you his full name because I give stuff away. But it's not Joe List. His first name's not Joe. I guess yeah, whatever. They'd probably be in the messages. It's his name is Aaron List. So.
Aaron List.
So yeah, you can do also if you guys want, you guys can do search rolls on the names and see what you can pull up from like social media stuff like that.
All right, I'll do that. But what was the emails of the day of she died?
So the last emails you can see leading up to it was the last couple were between her and Ginny Martinez, and several with her and Peyton.
Okay.
And one of the ones with Peyton is a $5,000 transaction to her account with a winky face. And it basically says the money was sent, and there's a screenshot of the money being sent.
Boy, if those are feet pics, those are some pricey feet.
You can't see what reading the messages. It seems to be like talk of setting up some sort of private meeting kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that's the vibe you get. She is an attractive woman who played into that to help with bills and stuff like that. So, not necessarily prostitution, but definitely like going on dinner dates, stuff like that.
Yeah, can I do a search of her social media to see if we could identify what like List or even Peyton looks like.
Yep. You guys can give me a search roll. Oh, we lost Taylor. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. Yeah. So give me a search roll.
Okay.
And that's just basically how long it takes you to get it, basically, because you'll find it's not like hard.
Right.
20-year-old girls do this all the time, where it's just like, who's this following this guy?
I got a 15.
All right.
So that's a pass.
So yeah. You actually happen to know Aaron List, not personally, but you know of him. He is a computer programmer. He's halfway retired. He's one of the most respected guy. He's a really respected guy in the tech space. He basically made an app that we'll say it was basically helps people like offload items they maybe not want locally. Basically, kind of like a quicker and less dirty Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. He sold it to a large company. He's been living cheap. He lives here in Sierra Vista, as well as having an apartment in New York and Seattle. So yeah, you find his Instagram, and it's just there's one picture of like a Vegas skyline. And there's another picture of a computer setup. And the funny thing is the Vegas skyline on his social media lines up with a picture that Frankie has on her social media. With her social media is a very attractive woman's social media. So it's pictures of her, posing in front of like in a natural park and saying blessed, or, there's a picture of her standing in front of a Vegas background with what happens in Vegas, ... that kind of thing.
All right. I just go, ooh, I'm going to meet two of my heroes? Hunter Cannon and List? My God.
You wanted something else, right? Who else were you looking up as well?
Peyton.
So you find him actually through his email. His email links back to like a LinkedIn. He's a middle management guy. Last seen basically managing a hotel on the outskirts of Vegas. And you find on his picture on LinkedIn is a chubby guy about 5'8" with a haircut that basically definitely says I should be your boss. So that kind of guy, middle management weirdo.
Okay. Well, definitely, I'll show that to everyone. I will say, I think maybe either Gina or Peyton would know what Frankie was doing that day.
Mm-hmm.
If we were interested in that. And then, like, the last thing I wanted to do is try to reverse image search the drawings in her room.
Okay.
Just to see what comes up, if anything.
Nothing really comes up. An art page of hers, and then there's a brief little blurb on some local newspaper blog thing that's like clearly like a short-lived gala she had, or like she did a show at a gala kind of thing.
Okay.
Nothing too big. All right, so you guys have several leads. You got one Kyle Payton, one Aaron List, and one Ginny Martinez. You guys also still have the plates. And as you guys come back, Hap touches base and goes, secure 2 badges, local PD, very thin.
We could use those to talk to either Peyton or Gina.
Mm-hmm.
I'd suggest that. Maybe Peyton, because I feel like we can really intimidate him.
Yeah. Did we want to go check out the second body next? I know that was on the docket.
It was.
You also guys got those plates as well, if you want to track those back.
All right.
How big is Sierra Vista?
Let me see. It's a population of about a little over 45,000 people. So it's a
Okay,
mid-sized
so
city.
I'm guessing it's not a big enough town for us to walk around acting like cops in front of other cops.
Yeah. So these are detective badges. You would probably like most plainclothes, especially younger plainclothes guys, would just like, yeah, sure. But like, if a dude's like a 20 years on the force, even if he's still plainclothes, is like, I've never heard of you. And other detectives would definitely be like, no, something's off here. So
Yeah.
Are we all back together yet or no?
yeah, you're in the car going away. We were searching through the laptop.
Okay. Sorry, because I disconnected. I didn't know exactly.
Yeah,
what
you're
we
good,
were-
buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're thinking we could pick up the badges from Hap, and we've got some people that we can talk with. But yeah, if we want to listen to is this like a radio place? Do you think we could hear the news on the radio if there's any more information on the second death?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a local radio that does like every 40 minutes or so does like local updates, that kind of thing. And again, you guys have the place to look at. You guys got the cigarettes. You can go talk to local PD if you want, and you also go talk to Frankie's dad if you want to as well.
That's right.
I'd say we do the plates first because that's doesn't have to deal with anybody.
That's
Right.
probably the most direct thing. Investigating the first death.
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys ride back at the hotel. Hap kind of comes out, hands you guys an envelope, and then walks over to a car and drives away. In the envelope are 2 badges. They have Foley's picture and then Field's picture as well. So you guys are cops now. Detectives.
All right.
I'll let you guys pick the detective names. Doing a search on the plates, you find that they are. It was a vehicle reported stolen from one. Let me see. Rodney's Auto Oasis, which is a small dealership in a rougher part of the town. Yeah, and it was reported stolen a day after the car turned up on the news, which is weird.
At the dealership, can I check their website to see who's on staff?
They do not have a
Anyone we know?
website. They have a Facebook. On the Facebook, you see. Let me see. What have I described him like? He is a heavy-set guy, beard. He has a little gold chain. He's wearing a button-up shirt, short sleeves, and jeans. And it's kind of like the picture of him like this in front of the auto lot, and this kind of thing where it's every low-end auto lot you've ever seen, where it's like parking lot with cars in it, and there's flags on a line flying across the way. Yeah, and it's basically the best deal in town. You'll think you found an oasis here at Rodney's.
We might be able to investigate the stolen car. Maybe if we go to the dealership. But I don't know if that should be our next step.
What?
That is an interesting thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So all we got from the plates is just that it's stolen.
It was a car that was reported stolen the day after Frankie's death. So basically the day after it showed up on the news, which, you all can figure that the cops are probably also going to look into that. That's weird. You don't usually wait till the car is found to report it stolen.
Right.
You guys also got Peyton you can look into. You got Ginny Martinez, and you also have Kyle List as well. You guys can also circle back around to Kipling if you want as well.
I don't feel like we have enough on Kipling to go back to him yet, really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I want to,
Yeah, I mean, you guys could brace him. You know, that's always an option. You probably
Do
don't do
what?
it. Brace him. You know, like catch him off guard and be like, hey, dude, what the fuck? Talk. What do you know? Obviously, don't do that at his place of business. Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
that was also another thing you guys asked. Have to look into Kipling. He gets back to you with a very short report. So Kipling was in the Army for a few years, did a tour overseas, and they called him a fobbit, which is a fun military term for basically people who only stay at the base. So he also there was a weird case with a private female that seemed to get kind of brushed on the carpet, and he was out of the Army shortly after that. So no dishonorable discharge though. So he's that guy. He's the guy who wants you to believe he was Captain America, but has never been in it or seen it. So.
Well, it's good to know he's a pussy like I thought.
Yeah. After the Army, he used the GI Bill to get a degree in business and accounting. And he settled in Sierra Vista, married his wife. He has 3 kids. And he of course, started the Ugly Jackalope Brewing Co.
We could give him a blanket party.
And you got his home address, which is a house outside of town. A large one.
Yeah, I do really want to nail this guy too, but we should probably wait for the heavy-handed stuff until we do a little more investigating.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk with Gina. I don't know.
Who's Gina?
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny was the one.
Is it Jenny or Gina? Yeah.
It's Ginny Martinez.
Okay.
That was the one that Frankie had emails with, and those emails seem to be mostly about List. Reading through them, it's basically like the younger woman asking her like, "Hey," and her be like, "Yeah, he's weird, but he'll pay you." So.
We might get more out of Ginny. You know, Peyton just seems like a regular paying footman, you know?
Well, there were no foot pics. The only foot pics you found were sent to List. The last thing you have of Peyton is him sending her $5,000 a couple days before she disappeared. Or before her body popped up anyways.
Yeah, I'd say we check him out.
Oh, yeah, his LinkedIn profile says he currently works at, what is it called? Conway and Wilson Properties.
Yeah, I gotta say we check the guy who just lost $5,000. And my
down for that, we can intimidate some people. That's Fields talking too. Like, let's intimidate some people.
So you guys got Kipling, you got Rodney's Auto Oasis, and you got Peyton, and you got Ginny Martinez.
Yeah, I say Peyton.
Sure. Works for me.
Go for it. Yeah.
Funny enough, so you guys head to Conway and Wilson Properties. It's actually right down the street from Ugly Jackalope. It's a building tucked among a strip of office buildings. A little brick building stands. White letters in the bottom right corner of the window. Next door say Conway and Wilson Properties. So you guys, what do you guys want to do? You guys just want to go in? What are we going in as? We going in as cops? We going in this dude's looking for property? What's the plan?
Yeah, I say we go in as detective.
Yeah, so do we want to have Fields flash his FBI badge, and then the other 2 of us will take the detective badges?
Well, the detective badge has Fields' face on it, but you could take his FBI badge and just lie. You just like, all right, hey, just don't look at this real quick. I'm the FBI. Because again, my thing with that, I think most civilians, if you flash them an FBI badge, short of them being a crazy, they're probably gonna be like, okay, you know what I mean? They're not gonna be like, let me really take a look at that. They're gonna be so thrown by it being the FBI.
Okay, so whose face is on the other detective badge?
Taylor's.
Okay.
Boy.
All right. So I will pretend to be FBI, I guess.
All right. So you guys go in. Inside is that gray fuzzy type carpet from the 90s, small cubicles, walls the same gray, the blinds black. It's clearly taken care of, but the place is aging. You're greeted by a young blonde woman. She introduces herself as Lindsay. She is dressed in business casual. She goes, how can I help you guys? You guys looking to rent a property?
No, thank you, Lindsay. I love your dress style.
Thank you.
We're actually here on some business, unfortunate as it is. We're investigating a case
Oh, no.
regarding a young lady who was found deceased, and we're going through our records, and there seems to be some connection between Mr. Peyton here and our fuck.
It's all right. Is Mr. Payton in the office?
Yeah, Mr. Peyton here.
No. Peyton, he like, I think they gave him like an executive position here, but he's mostly Mr. Conway's assistant. Mr. Wilson's in the back if you wanted to speak with him. Outside of that, there's no one really here in the office outside of
Mr.
myself.
Wilson?
Mr. Wilson is the co-owner of the business. He's Mr. Conway's partner. They co-own the business.
And Peyton's Conway's assistant?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, well, yeah, sure.
So,
that might be able to
where
get-
could we find Conway in that case?
I honestly don't know. He was mostly a silent partner for a while. He had his name on the building. He didn't live in town until recently, so it's mostly been me and Mr. Wilson. Just managing a couple properties.
You got a man?
I'm engaged. Yes. He's actually a police officer. So.
Congratulations.
Decorum detective.
I'm a detective, yeah.
Hey, you want me to get Mr. Wilson for you guys? You want me to take you back?
No, yes, please.
So yeah, you're led through the office, and again, you guys see a bunch of empty cubicles. Everyone, give me let me see. You can either do alertness, or you can do alertness. You can do bureaucracy, or you can do an intelligence roll. It's up to you guys. Whatever one you guys think works best for you.
That's a pass on alertness.
Cool.
I got a pass on intelligence.
Cool.
And rolling now. I gotta beat a 50. Hold on. Yeah, 32. Passed on alertness.
This isn't a typical office. Foley, you've worked with property management companies before. They usually have a couple people on the floor. They'll have like people who help coordinate properties, stuff like that, or just straight up manage it and touch base with guys like you, like contractors. The rest of you guys have also worked in offices. These cubicles are empty. There's no personality to the cubicles. They're like half of them don't have computers. This almost seems kind of like we should make this look like an office, but we don't necessarily need an office kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys are led. Possibly. You guys are led into the back, into an office. There's a man smoking a cigar who seems a little surprised when the door opens. He's older. He stands up. He's middling height. He's square with thick arms, thick black hair, slicked back. He's dressed in a button-up, short sleeve, jeans and boat shoes. He kind of like looks between you guys and Lindsay, and she goes, "These men are they're looking into a murder case, and they want to speak with Mr. Peyton, and I don't have Peyton's contact information, so I just thought." He's like, "Yeah, okay, come in. Lindsay, can you get these guys something? Do you guys want anything? You guys want coffee, water? We probably got some. Lindsay, do we got sodas?" And I was like, "We got sodas. If you guys want sodas."
Like a Fresca.
We don't have Fresca. We have Diet Pepsi and Pepsi.
Just Diet Pepsi.
We have Diet
You
Pepsi and
shouldn't
Pepsi.
You should offer that when offering drinks, not sodas.
We don't. Not most of our meetings we're told ahead of time, and it's usually we're more
Hey,
prepared.
I get it. You're not doing too well.
Okay.
I'll flash my badge and be like, "No, we're here on serious business." And I turn to the girl and say, "Can I have my coffee with a splash of Diet Coke in it, please?"
Oh my god.
Pepsi products only.
So yeah, she kind of goes out to get your drinks. The last thing you hear is the door closes, like Pepsi and coffee, like this. You just, Mr. Wilson kind of like he just kind of holds his hands out. He's like, "I'm Jason Wilson. Nice to meet you guys. Tries to shake your guys' hands. You guys shake his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll just say, I'm Agent Batman. It's a real last name. You can look it up if you want to.
But yeah, okay.
but I'm just consulting on this case, so I'm mainly gonna stay out of the way.
All right.
I put my hand out, shake it real hard, and I go, "Detective Bahama, Tommy Bahama." So,
Okay.
Detective Hacksaw McDugget.
At some point, I'm gonna have to start penalizing you guys when the names get ridiculous. I'm just gonna have to, but I do enjoy the ridiculous names you guys come up with.
I just want to stress that Batman is a real surname.
It's a real name.
It's English. You can look it up.
I do always
sing it
forget
from
that
the
Griggs
corner
is a
chair
terrible
far
liar.
away.
I'm
It's
detective.
far in the corner of the office.
So yeah, he kind of gets back and he sits back at his desk. There's a couch and two chairs. Lindsay comes back with the coffees. And she goes, I brought you some ice too in a separate cup because I didn't know if you wanted the coffee cold that you're putting your Pepsi in. So it's
I say, "Oh no, that's all right," and I set the ice on the desk.
okay. She gets out and she goes, and so he leans back and is like, "Yeah, so you guys are looking into Peyton, Mr. Peyton, Kyle. The reason why is he connected in some way?
He's just a person of interest.
Alrighty.
So it's really urgent that we speak with him.
Okay. I can try to give him a call. My understanding is he. So I'm not sure how much Lindsay told you, but it's mostly me here. Conway, kind of just my money guy. Just I'm the one doing the. I used to do maintenance all the time. Me and Conway hit it off, and here we are. So we have a few properties around the city. But I'm not sure where Peyton is. He mostly comes in the office when Conway wants something. Outside of that, I don't see him much. Yeah.
Is he a full-time employee?
He doesn't work for us. Is my understanding. I think Conway pays him directly, but he does come into the office. He seems to be Conway's gopher. Just kind of. Again, Conway's mostly like I said, he fronted the money to help us start the business, and I've been running it. He's mostly, he's like a tech guy or something, so he's not in town a lot.
Do you handle any of the finances in the business whatsoever?
I try. We got like an outside accounting firm, but it's a pretty, there's not like a lot of changes go on. People rent places, some people don't. I handle a lot of the maintenance myself. Outside that, it's a lot of residential properties. We have we have like one like duplex, but outside that, it's just residential.
Do you
properties.
happen to? What's the name of the victim?
Frankie.
There's two, so yeah, you don't know the name of the second yet.
The first one, the one apart.
It's Frankie. It's Frankie Campbell.
Frankie Campbell.
Do you happen to rent to one Miss Frankie Campbell?
No. We rent to a large Hispanic family at the duplex, and then we have a older black gentleman who lives there as well, Mr. Lincoln. Outside of that, it's like I said, mostly as far as I know. I'd have to go through the records, but we don't rent any Campbells, is my understanding.
What's the name of the Hispanic family?
The Martinezes. That's just simpling a name out because I didn't write that down.
I stayed up in my chair and looked at Griggs with a surprised face, like, oh!
We got him now.
All right.
So, do you have a phone number that we could possibly reach Peyton by, or Conway, I suppose?
That I do. Yes, I do. So Conway, I mostly get in contact with through email. But Peyton did leave his number. Well, he didn't leave his number. He gave me his number so he can call me. So yeah, I can give you that if you want. Yeah, hold on. And he gives you the number.
Make him call? To get a surprise attack.
Yeah, we'd have to coerce him a little bit.
I would ask
but-
you guys, does Peyton or Conway ever come into the office on a regular time? Like regular schedule or anything?
No, it's very just sporadic. Peyton was mostly interested in a couple properties around town. It's odd. He wanted to raise the rent on one. It basically just kind of. I'm trying not to rock the boat. Do you know what I mean? Like, Conway's the millionaire. I'm just a guy who happened to do somewhat okay, pretty comfortable. So I'm letting the money guy. If the money guy tells me to raise the rent on something, even if it seems to drive out the resident, fair enough. I assume he knows what he's doing. So yeah, just a couple properties around town. He's asked me. Like two of them were ones we were trying to rent, but he wanted to. He said he has some plan for him, so we took him off the market. And then the other one, he had to drive up the price. So.
All right. I guess then if we got his number, I don't really know.
Do you mind giving him a call? Yeah, he might not pick up because he doesn't know our numbers, but he knows your number.
I can. What do you want me to? You want me to ask him to come here, or do you guys want him to meet you at the station or something? You guys would probably meet him at the station, right?
Here's fine. It's the location he knows, he's comfortable with.
Yep, we've got all the Diet Pepsi we can drink.
Okay. All right. Give me him. All right. He kind of rolls up to his office phone. He puts it on speaker. Kind of dials, and it rings, and then it goes to the messenger. And he calls it again. It rings, and it goes to the messenger. And the third time, there's a pickup. And it's like, "What's up? You need something, Wilson?" And he goes, there's some gentlemen here who want to speak to you. Detectives. Wonder if you could come down to the office. And there's like a pause, and he goes, "Yeah. Let them know I'll be there in about 40 minutes." And he hangs up the phone.
Sounds like a deal. You got any donuts here with this Pepsi?
No, I'm trying to watch my weight myself. Just I'm getting older. Getting slower. And we're gonna fade to black for a second. We're gonna take a.